Well, also there is our business editor, Charles Pellegran. He's on the line now. Charles, one of the major speeches today was from France's finance minister, Bruno Le Maire. He issued something of a warning about the Chinese economy, didn't he? Tell us what he said.
That's right. This warning was not to underestimate the dangerous situation that the Chinese economy finds itself currently and its impact on global growth. Nonetheless, he reaffirmed that France is keeping and will keep its 1% GDP growth target for 2023, but he just explained that there would be added caution about the international context and what's happening currently in China. As a reminder, a number of indicators have come out in the past few months signaling that the Chinese economy is underperforming. Mostly local domestic spending and retail sales are just not where there should be, especially after the government there lifted COVID restrictions at the end of 2022, early 2023. They really expected a big rebound. Then another cause for concern, the record youth unemployment rate in China for people between 16 and 24, over 21%, to the extent that the government actually said that it would no longer publish these statistics moving forward. And finally, there's a real estate sector in China that's teetering on the edge of a debt crisis, and that could have far-ranging ramifications. The debt sector, the real estate sector in China represents anywhere between 15 to 30% of Chinese GDP, depending on different calculations. So all of this could have an impact on global growth. The Chinese government is maintaining its 5% growth target for 2023, but it could have an impact on France. Just in 2022, French exports to China were worth 22 billion euros. That's about 4.1% of all French exports. So clearly there would have an impact if there was a slowdown in China. But just the fact that the world's second largest economy is not performing as it should is really a cause for concern.
And Charles, finally, Medef is wrapping up this afternoon. You've been there for both days. What would you say the main takeaways are from this year's conference?
There were lots of discussions about the transition to a green economy, to sustainability, discussions of artificial intelligence and how it will affect jobs moving forward, how it will affect technology. But really, what was the talking point for many of the people here was the Macron government's fiscal policy and fears that taxes could increase because the government is under pressure to bring balance back to public accounts and to reduce the French government's debt, which ballooned over 3 trillion euros in 2023. Bruno Le Maire this Tuesday reassured again the people who are present here that the French government under Macron will continue to lower taxes in the next few years, that it will keep subscribing to this supply-side economics policy. He even made a link that saying that the lowered taxes of the past few years have actually led to increased government revenue. So that is more, there's still a few steps to prove causation as opposed to just correlation, but he's trying to reassure people that lowering taxes is not going to hurt public finances. Business leaders I spoke to here are reassured by the words of the government representatives, but they're looking now for deeds. And there's a bit of a deficit in trust because the government's decided to cancel the scrap of one particular tax for employers that was scheduled for next year, instead staggering it over the next 4 years. For many small and medium enterprises especially, that's seen as an especially a bad surprise because they'll have to readjust their calculations moving forward. So really, fiscal policy was the main concern here.
Charles Pellegran at Medef, thanks very much.